Ramble.
Thank you to Chime, DoorDash, and Rosetta Stone for sponsoring today's episode of the TryPod. This week, a surprise.
Welcome to the TryPod. This is a big episode. If you listen to You Can Sit With Us, you probably already know why. If you follow over on Instagram, you probably already know why. But we're going to Keith's house, and we're going to talk about life.
We're going to talk about life updates, a new Habersberger. Scrooby? That's right. New Habersberger just dropped.
The rumors are true?
The rumors are true. We have a child. His name is Henry.
His middle name is Zach.
He's the cutest baby ever made.
Yeah.
He's adorable.
Definitely top 2.
He's friends with Julian.
He is friends with Julian.
They
do
have
hang out a
little
bunch.
hangs. Yeah, it's been a wild summer.
Yeah.
Let me just say that. It has been a wild summer. It's been a great experience. It has been, challenging in all the right ways. And we're going to go talk about it in depth. And Becky's also going to jump on the pod for 30 minutes in the second half to answer questions. We're sort of jumping on each other's pods because we thought that, hey, maybe each of us have different sets of questions that we'd answer differently on the different podcasts to give different perspectives of different events. On the You Can Sit With Us side, you heard, or you can go hear sort of the actual child coming into the world story and how it caught us by surprise. And on this one, I don't know what we'll talk about.
Yeah, baby.
Well, he came, 7.5 weeks early.
That's right.
And it was stressful for all of us.
It was stressful. Yes, we were supposed to still be block shooting for my, leave that was going to be, 2 months. But then it didn't happen. Luckily, we had shot with our recipe season and some other really big things early enough. Yeah. But we didn't shoot everything early enough. So there was, just a lot of Zach videos. And then I came back for a couple days at a time here and there to shoot some videos. But, they always say, make your birth plan, but it's never going to go that way. But I don't think they think it's going to go this wrong.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
Totally not our expectation. And, it was very hard emotionally having a child in the NICU. And especially because we were there for a really long time. So we saw people come in and leave. We saw people who graduated out, who came in way after us and left in like 3 days. And I think any amount of time in the NICU is tough on a family, but I think that being able to see multiple families rotate through stations like a hostel.
Yeah.
Baby
like,
hostel.
It kind of feels like a baby hostel, honestly.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. So obviously we have questions about the stress, but let's talk about the happiness.
Oh,
Yeah.
of course.
The best unexpected joys of having a baby boy.
Yeah.
It's very fun to see him make little discoveries. It's still very slow, right? Because he was premature. Normally, a baby around the 2-month mark starts to do those little like smiles or starts to notice their hands, stuff like that. But for our child, the 2-month mark was his birth date, his due date. So he was unable to do those things.
So is that basically because they still measure developmental phases by
The due date.
the due date? So he was like,
He's got an age and adjusted age.
yeah, okay,
So his adjusted age is now just about 2 months.
right. So he's just been baby for a long time.
I've been calling him a cute little slug because he's just a little slug. I mean, he wiggles. Boy, does he wiggle.
Oh, he loves
He's
to
a
wiggle.
He
wiggler.
wiggles and he eats very well, like his daddy.
Yeah, eat the menu, milk.
He also,
He's always hungry. He always thinks that it's time to eat.
he also burps hard.
He gets that from
hilarious.
his daddy.
He definitely belches, and it's very funny. I love seeing him notice things. It's very fun to look at him and dance his little body around like a puppet.
He makes funny noises.
He
I
makes
love it.
great noises, although he does make a lot of grunting noises. Babies are loud, even when they're sleeping. Even babies that are totally fine, healthy babies, they just make noises.
Oh my God,
Turns
it's
out,
horrifying.
they just squeak and squirm and all the time.
Totally crazy.
We read a lot to him, which was very cute. We still read now. We read him like baby books, but at the time we were reading like actual
Harry Potter.
Yeah,
Books,
like
just so you can hear you talk.
young adult
Yeah.
fiction, just to keep ourselves entertained and just have him hear lots of words. It's wonderful to snuggle him. He's
Yeah.
cute. His little tiny body is adorable.
He's gotten really good at backflips too.
He's very good at gymnastics. He's sort of a prodigy. I have actually like plunked some piano keys in front of him, and he did seem to be very interested in that. He loves when I'm singing.
Yes.
So that's very nice. I sing a lot to him. I sing him to sleep every night.
Well, what's your song?
So you like try to condition them. Keith and Becky were both telling me about this, where you have a routine every single night.
Oh, yeah.
You do the same thing, the same routine, and Keith has chosen one song that he sings every night. Did you do that, Mouse?
We also did that. We were rocking Twinkle Twinkle, but then
Basic.
something we thought was cute. Excuse you. It was something we thought was cute. Was we go Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, etc., finishing the song, and then we just always would say "Good night, sweet prince." Then we realized that that's from Hamlet.
Oh.
And it's not a fun line. And we're like, fuck, but we're locked in. We've already been saying this to our little baby.
Maybe good night something else, Prince. Good night, dear Prince.
Good night, dear Pince, I think is good. We'll go with that. Thanks, Rainey.
Dear Pins.
Good night, dear Pince.
So Keith, every night before bed, you sing.
Radiohead's Creep.
Let's fucking go. That's awesome.
It's just a favorite song of mine. It also was a song I put early on his sleep playlist, so he had heard it. So I thought, oh, well, maybe that will be a benefit. But I also, his nap song that I don't sing, I just play, because the beginning of it has this very pleasant baby-ish sound, and it's No Surprises by Radiohead. It's the one that starts with bong 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 bong.
That is Baby.
Baby.
That's very
And it's
baby.
like bells, and it's very soothing. And that's his. It's nap time song, and I just play that on my phone, and it is very Pavlovian in his response.
Oh.
I will say when Julian was real little, I was humming this song from a video game soundtrack it's a game called Bastion. And it's a great soundtrack, and I just would hum this one little song, and Sarah would be like, what is that melody that you sing to our little boy? And I was like, it's from a game I played.
I'm a gamer.
It's from a video game I played in 2016.
We definitely have some Zelda music playlists.
Oh, that's awesome. That's good baby music as well.
Because it sounds and Lord of the Rings apparently also, and this is like an internet hack we heard about, the Misty Mountains song from Lord of the Rings, incredibly soothing to babies, and it definitely works for Henry.
You had to change one of the lyrics of Radiohead, right?
I don't sing fucking.
You're so fucking special.
Really? You're clean? Do you not curse in front of Julian?
No,
we're
I'm absolutely swearing all the time. It's just that I sing Creep very softly, and I'm often singing it like
no, it's hard to say.
His head is right here, and I don't really want to be like, you're so fucking special.
It's like a little, I get that.
But to honor the sound, I say heckin'. Because it has the
cute.
and it's cute, and it also is closer to fucking than very.
That's Kids Bop Radiohead right there.
Yeah. So heckin' special. But
Little free plug to something I have not connected to at all, but I love it as a gift to parents. Now it's on Spotify, so you don't even need to pay for it. But Rockabye Baby.
It's cool.
It takes, they do one for Radiohead, they do one for Taylor Swift, they do one for Britney, and they turn it into lullabies like xylophone and marimba.
Definitely.
That's nice.
Very grab that when I get home.
For the Beatles, they have it for Coldplay, like they have it for so many bands. They have a Jay-Z one.
They have a.
It's like you can
That's
hear
really
a marimba
funny.
99 Problems to put your kid to bed.
More
to.
about music with babies at my house.
We are here at we're here at Keith's house. We are ready to go inside and meet the man, the myth, the legend, Keith Douglas Habersberger.
Let's go. Hey, King.
Oh, hey. Come on in.
Thanks, dude. Let's go. And Keith, this is sort of your little creative zone, your little creative workspace.
Yes. This is what is affectionately called an in-law unit or a guest house.
Granny flat.
Granny flat. I use it for Lou Burger stuff, and it's sort of an office as well. There's all my various synthesizers and
oh my God!
and then
are we doing a
brass
synthesode?
instruments
Are we doing a
and-
synthesode?
No,
I mean,
no.
I have to plug stuff in. I have
looking at the data.
I have one that we can do. One synthesizer is very easy, very calming, very pleasant.
Let's take a seat.
Let's take a seat.
How do you feel about sitting on the floor? Because I also am happy to do
I'm
it.
excited about it, honestly.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
Some people are insulted by sitting on the floor, but I think it's actually the glory sake.
It brings me back to my roots, actually.
Right, of your Quaker school.
And speaking of the floor,
Babies are
babies
on
crawl on the
floors.
floor sometimes when they're
Babies
older.
love the floor.
They do. Now, Keith, I've noticed that this is obviously we go to Keith's house and we talk about your baby episode, but you seem to be holding a synthesizer, and it's sort of it's like when a kid brings in a thing to school like multiple times.
So this is a synthesizer that I bought almost specifically because it has this very pleasing sound that I thought would be good for Henry when he came. It's called an Omnichord. It's from the 80s. It's a synthesizer harpsichord, and it's brainlessly easy to play.
And if you've ever listened to the band Beach House, this
use
is
that?
it. I think you need me to step in.
The power is being goofy.
Is it dead?
Oh, maybe the batteries are dead. Don't worry. It plugs into a wall.
Hey guys, I know you were worried, but Keith actually does have the power to plug this into the wall. I can plug you. Keith, I'm going to get under the hood here.
All right, he's under the piano now.
Either one of these is fine?
Yeah.
One of them looks important.
Yeah.
Oh, big spark. No.
Give me the other end.
All right, Keith, you're going to have juice now.
Okay.
Basically, that's going to give you juice.
You're going to want to plug it in right there, Chief.
Thank you so
Going
much.
to give you 10 horsepower.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Now we're cooking.
Ah,
Whoa.
very pretty.
Leaps and bounds above the old synthesizer,
Yeah.
just comfort-wise to listen to.
It's just comforting.
Yeah, it's just comforting.
So why don't you go ahead and tell us
Oh, Zach.
It's
how's
okay.
your knee?
It's okay. It's okay.
Definitely fully smacked Rainey in the knee.
Zach sort of, hey Zach, when
you
we
tell-
share toys, when we share toys, we have to grab them slowly. We have to ask permission.
You say,
seemed-
can I grab
You
that
say, can I
real quick?
grab?
It seemed intense because it snagged on the wire and whipped back. But it was a gentle grab. I was going to let
I felt
Keith
attacked.
talk about being a father while I played gently.
Very
Interesting.
nice.
Got it. How's your sleep been, Keith?
The sleep has been interrupted, I woke up. We tried to do the dream feed last night, which is when you pump them full of milk in hopes that they sleep for a long time.
Oh,
Absolutely, been
I
there.
pumped him full of milk.
gosh.
He woke up 3 hours
Yep.
later, ready for more.
Nope. We found that the dream feed, which for a lot of people, it's like, yeah, they're like, well, hypothetically, if you feed them, then they won't wake up hungry, and like that's why they're waking up. We found he was just like, I'm actually happy to eat and then also eat again.
I'll
later.
eat again. I like 2 meals.
I'd love 2 meals.
I didn't understand credit scores for the longest time, and then I tried to make some big boy purchases, and boy, oh boy, did that come back to bite me in the butt. You may think that a credit score is no big deal, but if you're dealing with a low credit score or no credit score at all, that could be a problem for your future financial goals. That is why millions of people swear by Chime's secured credit builder Visa credit card. Credit Builder is just a better way to build credit. You build your credit score safely with everyday purchases and on-time payments. Let's talk about Chime's features. You got no annual fees, interest, or credit check to apply. You get to use it everywhere Visa credit cards are accepted, and you're building credit using your own money. Plus, with a Chime Checking Account, you can get paid up to 2 days earlier. Your credit's a big deal, so build yours up with Chime. Just open a Chime Checking Account with a $200+ qualified direct deposit to get started. Get started at chime.com/tryguys. That's chime.com/tryguys. The Chime Credit Card Builder Visa Credit Card is issued by Stride Bank N.A., member FDIC, Chime Checking Account, and $200 qualifying direct deposit required to apply. Out-of-network ATM withdrawal fees may apply. On-time payment history may have a positive impact on your credit score. Late payment may negatively impact your credit score. Results may vary.
Oh no, did you just burn your last piece of toast and your avocados are gross, they smell bad, they taste worse? Well, Try grocery delivery from DoorDash. You get everything you want delivered when you need it right to your door. You've trusted DoorDash to deliver your restaurant favorites, and now you can get grocery delivery that actually delivers, too. With thousands of grocery stores to choose from, you'll find the best in your neighborhood and boost your local economy with each and every order. You get exactly what you ordered, or they'll make it right. So sit back and enjoy quality groceries just like you picked them yourself, except you didn't. You were a winner today. Want even more value? You can save on all your grocery and restaurant favorites with a $0 delivery fee on all eligible orders with a Dash Pass membership. With best-in-class customer support, DoorDash delivers groceries exactly how you want it. Get 50% off your first DoorDash order up to a $20 value when you use code TryPodFall at checkout. Limited time offer, terms apply. That's 50% off up to a $20 no-min subtotal and 0 delivery fees on your first order when you download the DoorDash app in the App Store and enter code TryPodFall. Don't forget, that's code TryPodFall for 50% off your first order with DoorDash. But otherwise it's been okay. At the very beginning it was tough. I talked a little bit about this, and you can sit with us, but we sort of traded who was in charge of him for certain sections of the night.
Oh, totally.
But now he sleeps in our room with both of us. Becky and I kind of tag off in different things. Same with the poopy diapers. Try to trade blows there.
Completely.
And normally he's basically mine from like 6 a.m. till 9 a.m.
Yeah, that's me too.
Then I go to work. And then when I get home at 6 p.m., he's sort of mine again until he's asleep. Now, Becky's obviously still doing things with me during those times, but if someone's feeding him or changing him, that will fall on me in those windows.
I found that, like, especially early on, just the routine of how often they need to do things is so wildly fatiguing. And you're like, well, it's a baby, surely he'll sleep. And it's like, well, he'll sleep for an hour at first and need to be fed every hour or whatever.
Maybe he'll nap for 10 minutes and then he'll be upset.
Right, exactly. Or like, it's like, okay, you got to feed them every, 2 hours at first, but then sometimes like you'll feed him and then that takes about 30 minutes because they have a little nipple hole. And so it's like, okay, with the end of that, and you're just kind of always in this weird little cycle.
And there's different sizes and ages of the nipples for the bottles as well. Preemie nipple, newborn nipple, 1, 2, etc.
Yeah.
The nipples. There's a whole bunch of nipples. You say the word nipple a lot more.
We had a lot of nipple parts as well. It was sort of like
pump parts, bottle parts.
I know that y'all got to take the portable pump from Sarah.
That's right.
And then we got our own newer version of that same portable pump and extended the offer that if Sarah and you were to have another child,
yes, we can use that as well.
Use ours.
Because that thing with baby stuff is it's like, okay, well, we're done with this phase, but like Sarah and I, like, we're like, yeah, we probably want to have more kids. So we sort of are round robining some of our things, and eventually they'll come back to us, like after they get through this cycle or whatever.
Yeah.
It's very interesting. But how do you, like one thing I guess I'm curious about, and maybe you talked about this on You Kids With Us as well, but what was like some of the first thinkings that you had when you first saw him? I guess you also were in a high stress situation, but
definitely, he looked like a little squid.
Yes, very
They
much
look
so.
hilarious when they come out. Just not at all the TV representation of what a baby looks like. And
if I may, though, because he was so little, he wasn't as squishy as most babies, which meant he was pretty cute.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he was cute.
Look, a lot of babies for the first like week, 2 weeks, they're just like, because they just smush through his. They smush.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. My baby was pretty gaunt. And,
I will say that, like, I thought he was cute. My baby was cute when he was first born. But then I look at pictures, like after like a month, I looked at old pictures and I was like, oh my, he is way cuter now.
I look at pictures of him when he was like fully jaundiced out, which is very common.
Super common.
But he was just orange. He was just yellow-orange color.
Can we talk about my favorite? Okay, so I got to come visit in the hospital because, again, they were there for ever.
7 weeks.
it was forever. So we went to go visit in the hospital, and it's just this constant. Actually, when I went, it was pretty quiet, but it's just a constant barrage of crying. Which, as a result, now Henry hates the quiet. He loves being out and about.
He likes sound
for sure.
He definitely is more okay with quiet now than he was. But at first, when we got home, you couldn't leave him in a room without noise because he'd never been in a room without noise.
Totally.
Oh, yeah.
He was around just babies and people and machines and everything. But to go into the NICU, you got to wash your hands.
Of course.
You have to wash your hands like a surgeon.
You wash your hands like you've never washed before.
Scrub,
and
scrub.
I fucking loved it.
They got these scrubbers.
Oh, they have like a Grey's Anatomy scrub station.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And it has the nail cleaning, like little teeth.
Let me tell you.
yeah.
Okay, so first you're getting, it is like this like Brillo pad with little spikes, and you're scrubbing your nails and your cuticles and everything, and you wash your hands down to your fucking bows to the elbows. But then you get these little nubby things, and they're gentle little.
It's like, in a manicure thing, it's like the thing that is like a spike that goes in your nail and cleans out on your nail. So you get a disposable one of those.
And you go one at a time under your nails, and you just
clean them out.
I don't think I've ever done that.
I fucking loved it.
I want to buy it for myself.
Dude.
For my
I
personal.
always have dirty
I
nails.
seriously considered buying a pack of these scrubbers to use like once a week on my hands because I clean them like nobody's business.
Oh, that's nice.
Other first things. I mean, he was very cute. It was very, overwhelming to
Yeah.
handle him. But now I kind of love picking him up and moving him around with ease. It's very fun. And
You have a special hack. I don't know if you know the one I'm talking about. So he can't control his neck.
Yes.
oh yeah,
Which is so terrifying to me.
Yeah.
Yep.
But the way that you pick him up, Becky told me, is that you'll kiss him and then use the weight of your face.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
As I'm picking him up, I sort of like as I'm pulling him down to my chest, I'll just use my face as the way to ease him down in, and I
Totally.
use my mouth as my third hand.
Yeah.
Your mouth becomes your third hand for sure, all over the place. You're just holding stuff in your mouth. Because you're trying to move them around. And what the funniest thing about having a baby is at some point you just need to put them on the floor.
Yeah,
for
of course.
a second.
Yeah.
It's like you just let them.
I have to use the bathroom. You need to be in a solid
I
place.
can't. You're screaming and you need your bottle, and I need both hands to unscrew it because it's so tight for some reason, and I can't unscrew it. So you're just gonna go on the floor for 10 seconds. And I'm gonna pick you back up. Don't worry about the floor. It's fine. And it's very funny. As I always say, the floor is the biggest shelf in the house.
Oh, absolutely.
Uh-huh.
Put him on the floor.
I mean, what do you hope for him?
I hope for him.
Oh, that's
I
sweet.
really hope he's into music.
Yeah.
I love music. It's something that my dad and I did together a lot. So I'm hoping that that's something we can do together. And I've really built an arsenal of like any instrument you want to learn.
I have
I'll
them.
get it for you if I don't have it. I want him to take piano lessons. I never took piano lessons, but I wanted to take piano. We'll both take piano lessons.
Oh, that's cute.
By the way, my future child, dropping him off right the fuck here in this room.
Oh,
And
yeah.
You're taking
yeah.
over.
Music school.
Yeah.
Give him the
Music-
musical skills that I
Coming
never
over
had.
here, playing music. I just want him to, discover what it is that he likes and support him to do those things. I would love for that to be music, but if he wants to play sports, he can play sports. That's fine.
Yeah, for sure.
No,
I mean,
son
look,
of
the way I
mine.
say it's like, okay, obviously, like, yeah, after school, like, if you want to play soccer, that's fine. But as long as you're done with your musical theater homework.
Right. Like I'm definitely like when he is like 4 and doesn't know what he's doing dance class.
Yeah, of course.
Oh yeah.
Because dance
singing.
class will help him if he does sports anyway.
Of course.
Yeah.
It will make him way more limber, way more aware of his like body. If he wants to play soccer, which is probably the one I would. Soccer and baseball, great.
Yeah.
Great.
Really?
Sit and watch your kid do stuff. Soccer exhausts your child like nothing else.
You're
I know
running all day.
as someone who's played soccer,
Yeah.
nothing wore me out more. And baseball takes forever.
It does take
Kind of
forever.
great, As a parent, you just get to sit for an hour and a half, 2 hours while
Yeah.
your kid, runs around this diamond.
Yeah.
How awesome.
Yeah. Basketball? No. I love
basketball.
Is, like, fun to watch.
Is also a good one.
Yeah.
See, the thing is, basketball requires way more constant attention. than-
Yeah, because they can get really hurt. I mean, you can get hurt in all sports, but I feel like basketball.
But even
like-
just the scoring, it happens all the time.
Oh,
You
I
gotta-
see what you're saying.
You got to be like,
Soccer's a passive
I
game.
hope that, no one's going to score in soccer.
Yeah.
We might get one.
So you don't
For
have
the
to,
hour.
and it's going to be very clear when someone's about to score. So if you're like checking your phone real quick.
Oh, right.
No.
They're running roughly a second. You're like, awesome. Okay, like we got some downtime.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
and then at the end they're gonna be checking
Baseball,
out.
you're paying attention 1/18 of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point.
At basketball, you have to pay attention the
A
whole
lot.
time.
No,
Because
'cause it's
they're
game,
going to
game,
score.
game.
Someone's going to score every 40 seconds.
Yeah.
Likely.
No, that is crazy. I will say one thing that I feel like the next stage. like once Julian got over that, I was like, oh, instantly so much easier to maneuver him around. Like I feel
when
like
he can support
when
his
he can
weight.
support his weight, like I just remember that so clearly because it was like, oh, now I can like pick him up like a like a little teddy bear or whatever.
Yeah.
And I find that
If you
is
try to pick Henry up by the chest, his head will still be on the bed.
yeah, exactly. So you're like, oh, like I have to like you have to kind of cradle them so deeply.
If you don't, you'll pick him up and go. Ugh.
Yeah,
Oh.
Your
no.
body just bends
Exactly.
backwards.
And you gotta like do it all. And now it's like, I mean, Julian's like a sack of potatoes. You can just pick him up however.
But a firm sack.
A firm sack of potatoes, not a loose sack.
Yeah.
Stuffed full of potatoes.
But what else? I mean, Henry loves the outside. He loves social things too. There's a thing called a witching hour, which is normally a fussy period of time, normally late afternoon, where the child wants to cluster feed, which just means eat a lot, like a little bit, a lot of times. So like every 40 minutes wants to have like 1 or 2 ounces and then stops.
Preach.
But he won't do that if we're in public in any capacity.
Because he's busy socializing.
He's socializing, or the public makes him go to sleep.
Yeah.
He likes to be out at restaurants and hanging out and around people, being passed around, which he's really only passed around to like Maggie.
Yeah.
But that
He
kind of
really usurps all slug time.
Yeah, that's good.
that's a really nice vibe. If he's really fussy, I can take him outside and normally like walking him up to a tree. He'll be like, "The fuck is this?
Yeah, new
What
stuff.
is this? This is wild. There's light coming through it," kind of. And yeah, he likes stuff. He likes music a lot, so that's good.
Do you feel like, 'cause I'm asking you this because people would ask me a lot, and I'm curious your answer, but do you think that anything has changed about you since this experience? Or do you feel any change, like slowly starting to matriculate?
Matriculate.
And while you're thinking, I'll answer. I always would say that like I kind of felt like I added love to my life, but fundamentally as a person, I have not changed at all.
Yeah, I think I'm the same person. I think that I'm getting a source of joy and love that I didn't have before. I have a sense of responsibility and ownership of their safety that is new. And I think it gives you pride in yourself
for sure.
And I get joy from someone new. So that's a difference in my life. But I don't think I behave any differently.
Completely,
I don't do anything on the weekends anymore.
No, yeah, you're just. By the way, you're so tired.
I'm like immediately just that. That's the funny thing about having a premature baby is that you're like, oh, hey, it's over.
Yeah.
Hey, remember last minute plans to go to a bar at 8 p.m.?
Nope, not happening, baby.
That's done. You're done with that, at least for a couple years until you find a rotation of sitters who you can call to do that. But even then, it's not going to be a last minute thing.
Yeah,
You're going to plan that a couple weeks in advance. So that was, and I think that's fine. It was just a sudden realization. I was like, oh, I haven't gone out anywhere after 9 p.m. and 4 months, I guess, have I?
Yeah, or like every time I would go out, I'd be like, okay, I had 2 beers and I paid for it the next morning at 6 a.m.
Oh, yeah, there's no benefit to getting drunk if you're going to have to wake up and...
It's like, oh, I am so much more tired. Even though like I woke up this morning at 6 a.m. and I was like still I didn't have any sort of substance, still felt totally crazy and exhausted.
I felt so exhausted. And it was because I went to bed late after feeding him late, hoping he was going to sleep all night. No, he woke up at 2, and then he woke up at 6, and I was like, well, tough. Because when we say they wake up, normally that means they're up for 30 minutes to an hour, which means you're up for 30 minutes to an hour, and then you had to fall back asleep. And he was very grunty last night because he refused to burp. So instead, he was just uncomfortable all night and just made his little sounds all night long. And I was like, "Stop! You want to burp now?" I picked him up like 4 or 5 times to burp, each time giving him about 8 minutes of opportunity, and he didn't take them.
I ask a lot of dumb questions, and it's been really fun to have you and Becky to kind of teach me through osmosis. But right now, he sleeps in the room. Yeah.
At the foot of the bed in a basket that's like a bassinet, but it's called a Moses basket.
Wait, at the foot of the bed, so the basket's on the bed?
No, he's off.
Okay, that would scare me.
I have him on like an ottoman thing that's really wide, and so it can't like slide around or anything like that. And it's It's good. And the cats also, what's great.
That's the question everyone wants to know.
Cats are totally chill.
That's great.
We kept them separate for the first few weeks because we didn't know until we could slowly monitor them. And no, Alfred sleeps right next to Henry pretty much all night long, but Alfred's on the bed, Henry's in the basket, and Alfred definitely is starting to get more jealous.
Yeah.
Because after I wake up and burp him at like 2 a.m, Alfred will come up and lay across my belly being like, no, I'm the baby.
Yeah.
No, I'm the baby, actually. It was his turn. And then in the morning when he knows that I'm about to burp Henry, he still does what he used to do, which is get on my lap for coffee. But he'll try to get closer to me, and then I'll bring Henry, and he'll kind of look at me like I'm already seat's taken. Seat's taken, Dad.
Too many cooks.
I'm already here. I'm first, then him. Grandpa Barry also is very cute. Grandpa comes in always at Henry's feeding at night, the bedtime routine. He comes and joins the whole bedtime routine and is crawling around. I don't know what about that he wants to be a part of. Whether maybe it's because it's kind of spooky. It's all the lights are off except for this little red light, so it's a very sort of calming environment. But
He comes every night?
Every night.
That's very cute.
wild.
Every night he comes and climbs around on Becky while she's reading a story, and then climbs around on me while I'm giving him a bottle, and he is just in the room always. And then when Becky will leave, and sometimes he'll follow, and then I stay and I'm singing Creep and walking around, and I'll hear the door creak open, and Grandpa Barry's poking his head in to come in you guys still in here? What's going on?
I love
this song.
Well, I think
Is it time
we're
to switch?
ready for Becky.
Yeah, and if you want, you can switch to sitting outside if it's shady enough. It should be fine under the magnolia tree.
Yeah.
I sprayed so that hopefully there is other bug spray. The mosquitoes are crazy in LA right now.
Oh
so.
my God, they're so crazy.
Welcome back to the Plog. We're in the yard. And by the yard, I mean the side patio.
Mm-hmm.
Please
Very
welcome
nice.
to the TryPod, new mother in the house, Miss Rebecca's Habersbergers.
Let's go! Becky's here.
I'm going to give my mic up because no one wants to fucking hear me.
Wow.
Uncle Zach.
This is rare for Zach.
It is. Who knew?
Growth.
To have Zach give me things, I just had to give birth.
You gave birth and he gave you a microphone.
Wow.
He gave you a voice.
We're watching Henry on the monitor over there.
Oh,
Don't
yeah.
think we're just abandoning our child.
That's right. He's gone.
A reveal?
They look so spooky on the monitor.
They
so.
look terrifying.
They
by
are
the
so
way.
scary.
Also, that feeling of you first sit down and you're like, I'm so tired. Oh, let me just sit down. I'll just have a couple minutes on my phone. And then you hear,
I mean, the worst.
Grunt.
yeah.
Well, the grunt, also, I wonder if, I imagine Julian has his version of this. We call it when he, is riling himself up and he's, starting to freak out. And if you let him freak out, he gets to this. You think it gets louder and louder and louder until it gets without any vocalization.
Yeah.
And it's this.
Oh, completely.
And
New
you're like,
sound.
no.
Exorcism, baby.
I don't like that sound. I scream instead. Just scream
please
instead.
scream.
Whatever the sound is horrifying.
Recently, Julian's been sort of figuring out that he can yell. He's been going,
Oh, big. And he's
and he's not even necessarily mad. He's just going, and I'll be like, what's up? And he's like, just new feeling for
Yeah,
him.
he's learning
That's so
volume.
cute.
Yeah, volume.
He's
Yeah.
actually a really good audience member. Julian is the most, he will laugh. We were at the
Oh,
zoo
yeah.
yesterday
So
being
Yeah.
adorable. And he
Yes.
was like, and then you go,
Yeah, he
and then
loves
goes,
back.
and the cycle continues.
I like Julian in that you can see each step of processing right now in his
Yes.
face. So he looks at you and you look at him and he's like, are you down to play? And if you give him a smile, he goes, oh yeah. And if you give him a smile, he's like, oh, you want to play? And then he's like, I'll walk over there. And then he clambers at you, and as he's getting closer to you, his mouth and his tongue come out. It gets bigger, and he's like, where am I gonna put my mouth?
Aw.
He's a lot like Donnie from the Wild Thornberries right now.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's kind of.
We thought about that. We thought about that for a Halloween costume.
That's really cute.
It's just big shorts.
Let me have Zach and Miles. You switch because me and Zach have the least amount.
Oh yeah, sure.
I
Zach
have
is
lots
sort of
to say. I'm just sharing my time.
Very
Zach's
nice.
sort of the
Trying to make-
baby of the group.
Not trying to make their baby episode about me.
Well, we're going to do the aunt and uncle episode. I told Maggie
Oh,
next
good.
week. That'll be the follow-up.
Very
I think that's a good call.
Well, Becky, we talked about Keith's big joys a second
Yeah.
ago. But what are some big joys you're having recently?
Henry's starting to smile. It is. It makes all the scary or like boring things that he does so much more fun, because you're just like, oh my god, I think he actually like smiled at me. Like he started looking at us and I was like, you're really looking at me.
I think he's communicating happiness.
Yeah.
I don't think it's just an accidental face muscle spasm, because that's what's happening for the first several months of their life is their muscles are just growing and they're just going.
Yeah.
And every so often it lands on a.
Yeah, right.
But there's nothing behind that smile. It's just
it's a muscular
it's totally
smile.
random.
Yeah, it's like it could be gas smiles, could be just like you touched his face in the right way and he's like, ah. But now he's like, we got him this little play mat. Sarah told us about it, and like all the moms on TikTok love it and the OTs love it with the kicking the piano.
Piano.
And he looks at it and he's like, this is so cool. Whereas like before you were like, oh, you can literally see nothing.
Is it he went to the animal fair? The monkeys and the penguins are there? Is that the song?
I didn't, but it's the treat purple monkey.
Yeah,
in a
bubblegum tree.
It's that one.
Yeah, there's one. Essentially, we got.
I'm unfamiliar with this.
You're familiar with the song. Keith, you're gonna love this song.
Keith's gonna love it. Keith's gonna
this
love it.
song.
I
You're gonna
haven't
listen
gone
to it
through
a million fucking times.
Yeah.
It's like a song that it's a piano. You press a button and it plays, and it's like the same 4 songs that just loop forever.
Oh.
And
We have ours set on piano mode.
No, I get it. By the way,
Henry's gotten into power tools as well. He's really loving that.
He's working on the house.
that's sick.
Have you gotten Henry any like a rapping goose?
We've been thinking about this rapping
We
goose.
got a rapping goose.
He's been asking
You got
for
a
it.
rapping
Stay
goose?
tuned next week.
Well, but it's sort of confusing
What
because the
is
episode's
it?
not going to come out till after this. But we did get a rapping goose.
So, you know.
Oh.
But we haven't experienced the rapping goose yet.
No, we have not.
Well,
Well, Becky, so do you? Yeah, I guess. What was the things I asked Keith? What was one of the first thoughts you had after you see this little little slug? You see this little slug, maybe like a couple hours
I was
after.
like-
hours after.
I was high as a kite,
No,
so I was like,
exactly.
whoa.
But what's one of the first thoughts you have?
Becky thought that this appliance on the
It
wall
did.
in the delivery room had a face and looked like a little living guy, and she was like telling the whole staff about like, you see the guy in there? You all see the guy's face, right?
And they went over and
funny.
they were like, okay, let me look at it, right? Because my epidural was taken away from me.
Oh, yeah.
But that does not mean I was not on drugs.
Yeah.
So
What good they give you?
They gave me an Ambien because they were like, you should fall asleep. And I was like, screaming. I was like,
And they gave
I
some
would
other
love.
just normal high intensity painkiller.
Yeah.
And
just
you
like
were
a
no
high painkiller.
epidural because it was too.
No, because the guy came in, the anesthesiologist came in. First, he told me to stop writhing around, and I was like,
Young lady.
Don't tell me
Young
what
lady.
To, don't
He
you
told
tell
me
what
young
to do.
lady.
Don't you tell me what
and
to do.
I think I blacked out at that point. Not only because I was mad at him, but because I like looked at the nurse and was like, I just feel like I gotta push, and she's like, no, what do you mean? And she like opened up my legs and then immediately closed them and put her hands on my hips and was like, no, we gotta go, call your husband. And I was like, ah!
Baby was like, I don't want to wait.
No,
I'm coming out.
No.
For that epidural.
He was like, let me out of here.
Wow.
So yeah, he arrived quickly once we all knew he was arriving.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But then they
showed
make
up.
you sit in. So since I didn't have the epidural, they'll make you sit longer if you did,
Yeah.
because you can't like walk.
For sure.
But if you don't have the epidural, you could get up in 2 hours.
Oh yeah.
So like you're sitting there and you're looking at like this crime scene unfolding in front of you. Like men are coming in with buckets and
oh
like
yeah.
and like the OB that delivered Henry was like, she was really nice, but like she was like so awkward. Like I felt awkward, she felt awkward.
She was like a dry humor if there wasn't humor. Just completely dry.
yeah.
Hard time for a dry workplace comedy.
Yeah. Like she was like
Also
British.
kept mugging for a camera that wasn't there.
Yeah.
Huh?
She was British without the accent is
Yeah.
what it was.
She was just so amazingly boring and
Yeah.
plain.
So we're hanging out there, chilling, and then I'm looking across the room at this like there are these little boxes and they straight up looked like faces. And I still admit, like, other people in the room weren't on drugs and they were like, okay, let me go take a look. And like one of the nurses went over and was like, I guess I see it. I guess I see it.
I could see. I saw the face when Becky pointed it out to me as well when I came back in the room. Did you see the face?
I see the face.
There's all these things that you can't do when you're pregnant. You can't smoke on the reefer. You can't do the bong rips. Can't hotbox your dad's car.
Yeah.
You
No.
can't do a little dab it.
Yeah.
So first thing, post-pregnancy, what was the first stop?
Well, like a day after I gave birth, Keith got poke.
Yeah.
So I ate raw fish.
Really
We got sushi also
We got
pretty
sushi.
quickly after.
We
Becky
ate
had
raw
wine.
fish like every day.
Yeah.
Raw
I had
fish.
wine.
You
Wine
smoked
was
4
nice.
packs of Marlboro Reds, right?
I did. Well, you know what's crazy?
Camels.
Camels.
We went to the emergency room once because I was like, I can't feel him. Like,
Yeah,
and that
yeah,
was
yeah.
normal for us.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
we really didn't feel him that often. And when we were there, the nurse asked, "Do you smoke?" And I said, "Not cigarettes, but I smoke weed. Obviously, not right now."
Yeah.
She wrote down in my chart for smoker.
What?
Yes.
No.
And then almost every time someone was looking at this chart later was like, "Oh, so you smoke tobacco?"
Oh
I
my
was like,
God.
"No."
Like, no, I take
No.
1 or 2
No.
hits every so often of the weed when I'm not pregnant
Yeah,
or
geez.
nursing.
No.
No. Yeah, that's wild.
It was crazy. So, not
well,
a smoker.
do you feel like as a person, anything has changed about your perspective since having this experience, or do you feel like it's kind of
Different at all.
are you different at all? Was the question.
Oh. I mean, I kind of talked about, this isn't like a super deep one, but I kind of talked about it on the You Can Sit With Us. Or maybe I didn't talk, I think I just talked about it to you, Zach. I was like, I never noticed how there are no ramps anywhere. Because
Yeah.
once you start walking around with a stroller, you're like, oh, there's no ramp here. There's no sidewalk here. So I became much more aware of like people with disabilities not being able to get up and down and
Becky
around.
was like, look at all these places that are not ADA compliant.
Yeah,
I'll walk in
totally.
and like Keith will be like, "Do you think there's an elevator here?" And I'm like, "There's an escalator. There better be an elevator. This is not ADA compliant."
I tell you, they hide the elevators.
They do really
Yeah,
hide
they're
them.
deep within.
Elevators are so hidden. Look at these ballsy ass squirrels in my
Oh my
yard.
God,
they
the
are
squirrel.
so aggressive. Oh,
Look at this squirrel.
The squirrel
Jesus, he's
is
gonna jump.
fearless.
He's gonna
Jumping
jump.
over
He's gonna
us.
jump.
Oh
No.
my God.
He's
yeah.
here.
The squirrels
He's
here
here.
are really aggressive.
He's beautiful.
He's literally over us.
Hi, buddy.
Sometimes
Like,
they
where
put
is
their
he?
little.
He's
He's-
up.
Yeah,
he's
he's
gone.
up in the
He's
corner.
gone.
Sometimes they put their little hands on our windows and look at the cat.
That's
Yesterday,
terrifying.
yesterday I was shooting some of the Blueberger, and one literally came within like 2 feet of us and paused and like perched up, and we were like, "What do you think you're doing?"
Oh,
and he still
wow.
stood there, and then he eventually left. But they're so ballsy here.
Yeah,
damn.
we got a wiggler,
Oh, we got a
he
wiggle.
We got a wiggler.
wiggle boy.
but sometimes he just wiggles.
Sometimes
Just a
he
little
just
Sometimes
squiggle
he
and a
just got a
wiggle.
little
Oh,
gas.
look at
Oh
the
my
sweetie.
God! No, he's good. He's chilling.
No squiggle.
I'm a big movie buff. I love watching foreign films, but I would love to be able to watch them without reading the subtitles. That's why Rosetta Stone is the best. They have been the trusted language learner for over 30 years. They've got millions of users and 25 languages offered. They are going to have you acquiring a new language fast. You're going to learn to really speak, listen, and think in their language, and it's an intuitive process. You pick it up first with words, then phrases, then sentences, and they do this because it is designed for long-term retention. They have this built-in true accent feature that has speech recognition. It's like having your own little personal trainer for your accent. You get pronunciation feedback in real time. It's convenient and an amazing value. You're going to be getting a lifetime membership for 40% off the normal price. Don't put off learning that language. There's no better time than right now to get started. For a very limited time, our listeners can get Rosetta Stone's lifetime membership for 40% off. That's $179 for unlimited access to 25 language courses for the rest of your life. Redeem your 40% off at rosettastone.com/tryguys today.
So, Becky, what do you hope for Henry?
What do I hope for Henry? Did you get bit?
Yeah, a million times.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna put
Go
on
for
Bugs
it.
Bunny.
Go.
Get him. Get him.
They're here. They're here. They're.
You guys be on mic. I'm going to be on Skeeto duty.
Skeeter duty.
Mosquitoes are really bad. There's this new breed of mosquito that's in Southern California that isn't native to here. It's been here for the last 5 or 6 years, but the hurricane really ramped up their
Yeah.
popularity. But they've been here the last few years.
Popularity?
Yeah, they're very popular. I mean, sort of like how frequently you see them.
Yeah. I want him to feel very loved, very safe. I don't know. I I guess just like a happy kid.
Yeah.
I would love for him to stop having any sort of like medical problems.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
He has a hernia,
He's
so he's
had-
getting that fixed.
No, he had all
baby.
the things in the NICU. You don't stay in the NICU unless you're not allowed to leave.
Yeah.
So and we were there for a long time.
For sure.
So like I would prefer that he like, but I think everyone kind of hopes that for their kid. No one's like, oh, I really hope my kid, is injured in some way. Like
for
that's
sure.
not good.
That'd be weird.
I'm excited to
That'd be
find out
weird.
what he is going to be into.
Yeah.
Is he
Yeah.
going to be into trains? He's going to be into
Yeah.
cars, marbles,
Right.
dinosaurs. What's going to tickle his fancy?
Marbles.
Marbles.
Keith is gonna give
Wait,
our baby
he's gonna
marbles.
swallow the marbles.
Yes.
Is he gonna, you wanted them, Becky.
Yeah.
You wanted all the marbles.
He wanted the marbles.
Is drawn to them. You ever seen a marble run?
They're beautiful.
You ever seen a marble run where you put the marbles in the tubes and they roll down? It's pretty fucking sick.
yeah.
It's pretty fucking sick. I'm not talking about when
You
he's
guys
2.
clearly are not on my TikTok
Yeah.
feed because I'm big
all
into
marbles.
The
right
marble
now.
run is fun,
When
but
he's
not
6,
for babies.
when he's 6, he's gonna grow.
He's
He'll
gonna
grow.
put it in his
I'm
nose.
excited for all these things.
Oh yeah. By the way, I
never
was
put
definitely
things
He's
putting
gonna put it in
marbles
his
in my nose.
nose.
I
Yeah.
never did that shit.
I can put so many
Oh,
in there
I put
now.
one in my nose. Absolutely.
We were
My-
so into Nerf as a kid.
My
Nerf
parents
was
wouldn't
a
let us get
lot.
Nerf, but we did have water guns.
Oh, interesting.
So somehow the bullet
was water.
was different than water. The foam bullet was a different thing than water guns were somehow.
Yeah.
I loved water guns as a kid.
Oh, fun. By the way, yeah, that's like something I'm excited about. Is like once he's old enough that I can buy toys that I just actually want, which is like a Nerf gun and water
Yeah.
guns and stuff. And then
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, it really changes. I will say, Keith, you mentioned, and you both mentioned the smiling. I feel like that was the first indication of like this is like the beginning of a personality.
That's
is
what I was just
deciding
gonna say. Yeah.
yeah, like what you like and what you don't.
Yeah.
I think that's really exciting.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because as Julian is closer to, I'm like fascinated by personality development. Like
Yeah.
why do certain people have certain personalities? Like me and my sister are super different personalities.
Yeah, right.
So it's like
Oh,
same,
yeah.
same. It's controlled,
Mm-hmm.
but so a lot of it is inherent. You can't really shape it. But I'm just like, why and how and when. Julian is coming up on a personality.
yeah, well, it's like he
Yeah.
likes when I do a certain face, or like he likes certain
Yeah.
toys, and the other ones he doesn't give a shit about. So it's
Yeah.
like that is
Mm.
sort of the beginning of
Interesting.
personality.
well,
It's
also I
like,
feel like
why?
he's like a laughing guy, which is like he's like lighthearted.
He's a giggle guy.
Sweet,
Has
he's
he-
funny.
Yeah.
Did-
He's gentle.
He's gentle. Although, did he? I don't know if you've seen this, but he'll grab another baby and
Suck
kinda
the
go-
baby's head.
He'll suck the baby's head.
Or just
Oh,
put
he's-
the hand straight on their face.
just like
He
his
is-
father. That's how I greet as well.
Yes.
Grab and suck.
Absolutely has sucked on Henry's head before.
Yes.
We do gentle.
Gentle,
gentle,
and then he kind of
gentle,
does that.
gentle.
Although this morning he did grab my hair and he pulled, and I said, Julian, no, and he went, and I was like, this is an interesting pattern.
I do like when they get mischievous.
Yes, he's mischievous.
Like when they're mischievous, I'm like, that's
That's
really
funny.
cute.
Ducks hunting.
And I'm like
mischievous.
excited for them. I'm excited for Julian and Henry to play together.
Yeah, I know, me too.
Because they're like close in age,
Absolutely.
but not close enough that like. He's like, I heard you talking about my
Not
friend
close in
Juju.
stature yet, though.
Not close in stature
No,
yet.
yet. They're
But I
gonna be
think that,
tall
like,
boys.
Yeah, for their age that they're close together, I feel like it'll help both of their like as they grow and learn.
Oh
things,
yeah, for
like seeing
sure.
other babies, because I think there are some things that just like watching other babies do as a baby, it is good to see. Like some things that
Mm-hmm.
are weird, like learned play styles. Kind of like how there's a dog peeing with its leg up.
Yeah.
That's learned from other dogs.
Yeah.
Isn't that interesting?
What?
And if you have a dog in isolation, the dog will pee like kind of just press
stick it
its
like this.
crotch to the ground.
Sorry.
But sorry, Zach's doing it in the back, which I guess isn't necessary. He's still doing it so close to me, but
it's also how female dogs pee, I think.
it is.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
female dogs can also pee with a leg up, but maybe they can't.
Well, do you know how
Hashtag
Emma
equality.
pees? Have you ever seen Emma pee?
No.
Matt and
Oh, it's
Eugene's
poop.
dog.
That's how she poops.
No, that's how she pees.
The one where she does a handstand.
She does a handstand while she pees. The first time I ever
Why?
dog sat, Matt was like, just know that when you get downstairs, she's going to put her little front paws down, lift up her back paws, and then she kind of walks like a circus animal and pees.
It's really impressive.
Bat.
It's so
Why
funny.
did
She does the
learn
deep
that?
squat for pooping. She'll like lay her little. Are you squirming?
We're watching Henry.
Babies are
He's
really
squirming.
noisy, is what we've also
Yeah,
learned.
we've already covered the noise.
Oh,
We
you
covered
did?
the noise.
Oh, okay.
Terrifying at first, by the way. Trying to sleep, baby
Uh-huh.
is. It's like, is the baby not breathing? Is the baby freaking out? Is he
Oh,
screaming?
yeah.
It's sort of hard to tell. No, he's actually sleeping so soundly.
He's so
You're,
deeply
you're
asleep.
gonna get into like first there was all the NICU stuff. Now it's like he can't
Yeah.
hold his neck up on his own. But you'll get into a nice lull between now and solid foods where hopefully
I'll
He's
say,
chill.
I'll say, can't confirm. I feel like, by the way, People are so weird. Like, I feel like other parents are kind of like, oh yeah, but then he's gonna be getting into everything. It gets so much fucking easier. Like, that was like a piece of advice I hated receiving, and it's wrong. Like, I think it gets so much easier as you go.
People really enjoy saying, "Oh, just wait until this difficult."
Yeah,
and it's
so
always
unhelpful.
negative.
It's always
like,
negative.
hey, I bet you're so excited for this positive thing.
Yes,
No,
right.
it's only like, oh, you think this sucks? Wait till this sucks too.
And it's usually the same person going, so when are you having another?
Completely. But yeah, no, I feel like it gets so much easier. They start so fragile. And now it's like,
yeah.
like he has a little baby pen and he's like doing his thing. And like this morning I like made coffee and was chatting with him and he was in his thing. And it just gets so much easier.
And in a few years when he's banging his hands and feet on the floor at Toys R Us because I won't give him the 16th dinosaur, we're going to deal with that.
Makes sense. And that's fun too, honestly.
Are there still Toys R Us's?
They're trying to come back.
They're trying to make a
They're like
comeback?
ghost
In a couple
kitchens.
years, they'll be
In a
back.
couple, they'll be back.
We gotta do a Toys R Us
Toy
commercial.
Store.
They're inside of like Macy's
Yeah.
now. They're like little sections of department stores, but they are Toys R Us.
That's a funny soft launch.
Yeah, it's like they're like a parasite
Like
now.
Top Man.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Yeah. I love
I'm
it.
curious, so between me and Maggie, she loves like the larva stage, right? When they they can't like
Squishy.
where Henry's at right now. No
Worms.
neck control. Lil Worm loves that. Whereas I'm getting better at it because you guys have really just been like, take them, and I'm like, okay.
I just walk at Zach and I'm like,
Here you go.
Yeah. But it, historically has freaked me out. Whereas I love toddlers. Terrible Twos, I think, is so fun. Love it.
Yeah.
And so I'm curious, what age are you like? Oh, that's my jam.
Ooh.
I think the 6 month when they start laughing is what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah.
The laughter based on funny faces or tickling or whatever. Baby laughs are so funny.
Yeah.
And I'm very excited for that stage. But I mean, then I don't know. I think I'll be excited for them to be like 6.
Yeah, that sounds great, right?
6, they're
I
like
think that
really
sounds
starting
nice.
to develop specific hobbies, and they have pretty short attention spans, right? They're going to want to color and then play and then do something else. But
yeah.
they're going to be able to be like clap along to a song in a rhythm.
Yeah.
And I think that it's fun. And they really have a personality by that time.
Yeah. And like
So-
watch a movie and kind of
Yes.
get what's going on.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Share
Yeah.
that stuff will be so
Oh,
fun.
Here comes
100%.
another squirrel, everybody.
Oh, my God.
Do you want to
This
get
is
the GoPro on him?
crazy.
Get it!
This is
Get it!
crazy.
He's gonna
Oh, that was
Same
Go,
route.
go, go.
He's so close to us.
Taking
go,
the same
go.
route.
Zach, he is looking at you.
You
He's
think
like,
it's the same one?
I did not consent to
No.
be on camera.
I am a
That's their
squirrel.
What if he just jumped on Zach?
Honestly, I don't think Zach would stand a chance. One thing I will say, Keith, on your with waiting for them to do 6.
Yeah.
I think about that as like having you'll have a little sidekick.
Yeah.
Just like go to Home Depot with a sidekick will be so fun.
You're like, come on, buddy.
Come on, we're doing this.
Let's
like,
go.
oh, you know what? Why don't you pick up this? Like, you walk along. Come on, we're
I
going
don't want
on.
to go to
like-
Home Depot. We'll get hot dogs.
Yeah, okay.
Alright. Okay.
That'll be so fun.
Twist my
Yeah.
arm.
I know one age that I'm not looking forward to.
47.
47, I think, is a
Yeah,
rough
it's gonna be tough.
age. I was a student teacher in high school for 8th graders. And
Right when
Complex
they
time.
turn.
I feel for any parent that has an 8th grader. Those kids, I've never smelled anything so bad. I was never so scared in my life. They were so mean because they were like head of the 8th graders like ruled the roost, and they didn't know that like next year they were going to be the
Small
lowest potatoes.
Yeah.
And they were just really scary. So like I would love him to just skip right to like 16 when like Keith's showing him how to drive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm in the back seat going, ah!
Yeah.
There's something so funny about ruling the roost and being like, yeah, my mom drops me off at the mall, and basically I fucking run the city.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were fucking up the mini golf this week. We jumped between the 3 different courses and didn't even get caught.
Yeah.
They didn't even get mad.
Yeah. Yeah, I went to see a PG-13 movie.
That's pretty cool.
I'm 12, but
We went to CPK and we all got barbecue chicken pizza.
No way.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
That'll be cute.
Well, Miles, do you have any advice as
Sage
an old
wisdom.
father to the new father and
Yeah,
mother?
real old. I do, but you're gonna have to cue up the theme song.
Yeah.
What
Key
the fuck
change.
is up, Miles Nation? How's everybody doing tonight?
Woo!
This advice goes for daddies and mommies and babies and just other regular people too.
Ooh.
So basically, everybody.
Everyone was a
I
baby
love
at some point.
it.
Have you ever wanted a cold little snack?
Yes.
Okay.
That's actually going to be health style.
Uh-oh.
Your life is going to last for a longer time,
Frozen
actually.
blueberries. Frozen blueberries.
For an antioxidant that's
Uh-huh.
going to have you saying, antioxidant.
Don't
What
you
is it?
know, Antioxidant.
A frozen blackberry
Oh.
for my little cherry.
Oh.
You could be snacking on those frozen blueberries, frozen blackberries, frozen strawberries, and frozen cherries. And basically what's good about it is it's an antioxidant snack that's frozen at peak freshness. Because the whole thing about freezing a berry is that you don't have to wait for it to mold in your fridge.
You don't have to.
You don't have to. You can skip the molding.
Dang right. And for the baby style, I have a little silicone thing that basically you throw a couple frozen blackberries and there's a bunch of little holes in it. And you screw it up and he holds onto it and then he kind of noms on the thing and it pushes the blackberry juice out of the holes. So he's sucking the blackberry through little holes.
That's so cute.
And it's really cute.
Aw.
And I'll say that at a certain age, whatever it is, I don't know, contact your local baby. But it's a really good thing. He's like, I'm pissed and I don't know why. And I'm feeling feelings and I'm going crazy. And in the morning, I'd be like, here's a little frozen berry thing. And it's like, okay, you could eat the frozen berries, or he could eat the regular berries, but because it's a frozen berry, it seems like some sort of really special snack.
Right.
But it's just frozen.
Right.
And he doesn't know that.
It gets blueberry juice, or it gets juice everywhere, I'm sure.
Stained
Is it
every
everywhere?
single one of his outfits. But it's absolutely worth it.
I told Miles this. I saw this advice on the Instagram for, I think it's slightly older kid, probably.
Yeah.
But instead of bringing an iPad to the restaurant, bring a little strip of painter's tape and put the tape on the table, and they'll spend a goddamn hour trying to get that tape off.
Yeah, I've seen
Practice their
Post-it
fine
notes.
motor skills.
Ooh, that's
as
good.
well.
Any activity. Oh my gosh, there's so many little activities.
Give him a mustard packet and say, good luck opening this thing.
By the way, his whole thing, that's a great idea.
Mustard is impossible to open as a child. As an adult,
Yeah.
I
How
can
do you
barely
it
get
open?
into those things.
His
I don't
whole
know.
thing is he loves to hold
Yeah.
we have a little thing of Aquifer.
Ah,
A little packet of Aquifer. He loves to hold it.
Aquifer.
It's his favorite thing. He'll be like, nah, and I'll be like, here's a little Aquifer. And he'll hold it.
Aquifer.
And he'll just hold it up. And that's his favorite little thing, and it soothes him.
Well,
How do
we're
you
running out of
say?
time.
Looked at the
What do
battery,
you
and
say?
I furiously behind camera said, wrap it up, and Miles nodded at me and went, yeah. More about this Aquifer.
You gotta
He's
hear
saying
about
Aquifer.
it. Let me dive in. Aquifer.
Well,
Aquifer
Becky,
is a-
congratulations, and thanks for joining.
Congratulations,
Keith,
you guys.
congratulations, and
You're
thanks for
awesome.
joining. And if you want to know what a rapping goose is,
Tune in next week.
we wish you all the best. Thanks for sharing your love and
Yeah, it's very sweet.
your little bundle of joy. And I look forward to him. I don't know,
Existing.
fucking
Being cool.
yeah.
That's right.
Continuing
Being cool.
to exist.
Yeah.
That's right.
And tune in next week when Henry reviews everything at McDonald's.
Love.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that'll be Henry's face reveal.
He's going to do eat the menu, kids menu. Eat the kids menu.
But
Yeah.
he can't eat any of it, so he's just going to sit there.
You know how like on the Beyonce tour, Blue Ivy comes out and dances? It's just going to be in like 10 years, Henry's going to just like munch on a juice box in the background.
He'll be a
He'll
child
be doing
star.
math homework.
Yeah, he'll be doing math
In the
homework
background.
on camera.
Love.
Well,
Keith, hit us with the baby theme song.
When you're here before, couldn't join you on the plug. You're just like a good friend. You lay like a log. You jump like mosquitoes when we're outside. You're so heckin' special. I wish I was special. It's a tripod. Cha-chung, cha-chung. Have a good ass week, everybody.